Hey everyone, this is Tankenstein coming to you live and direct from Illinois, the center of everywhere, to bring to you today your complete and comprehensive weak spot guide for the King Tiger tank and all of its variants in War Thunder, including the 2H, the 2P, and the 10.5. I'll be going over quite a bit in this video, including again the weak spots for these tanks, exactly what shots should be your priority versus which shots should not be your priority against these tanks, tactics to use against these tanks to better defeat them, and also the best types of ammo to use again against these tanks. Please remember, like, comment, and subscribe, but without further ado, let's get into it. Before getting into the video in general, I will just say this: the front armor of the hull on these tanks was reputed to be so powerful in World War II, so defensive, so sturdy, whatever words you want to use, that it was never once penetrated in battle. So keep that in mind, and it will make sense as I go over the armor layout of this video of these tanks. So the Tiger 2H, which will be more likely than not your most common of the Tigers that you face, has 185 millimeters of armor on the front turret with 150 millimeters of armor on the hull. Now you might think that the 150, just from seeing the numbers there, is much easier to go through. Quite the opposite. It is extremely sloped. It's at a 50-degree angle and will be extremely difficult to penetrate with anything except for post-World War II ammunition. Same with the lower glacis plate here. It's only at 100 millimeters, but it is ridiculously well sloped and will be tough to shoot against with any sort of tank round from World War II. Now, the side of the hull and the turret have the same exact amount of armor. It's 80 millimeters all the way around. And the hulls for both the 2P and the 2H are the exact same. Keep in mind, I will use the 2H and the 10.5. And also, I guess for that matter, the SLA. They will all be using the Tiger 2 as my guide here, being that they have the exact same armor profile. The only real different Tiger 2 in terms of armor in this game is the 2P at this point, being that it has just substantially different armor because the hull is really incredibly different. But again, the hulls on every single Tiger tank are the same, and with the exception of the 2P, the turrets are as well. So that being said, the 2P has significantly weaker front turret armor, and there is a chance, especially if you hit right here at very close range, that you can even penetrate it with a regular M4 tank. I've done it before, and as you can see here, I'll just kind of show you real quick. You can do it too, just a rank 2 M4 tank with the M61 shot. If you are close enough, and it is possible, where you can just kind of find your way right here. It's only 94 millimeters of equivalent armor protection. You can shoot through, destroy at least 2 crew members, and really wreck a King Tiger's day. Believe it or not, it is a possible shot, but I'll go over all that in a few moments. So insofar as the main places that you will want to hit on all King Tigers, and I will be using the King Tiger H as my model throughout this, being that, again, this is the most common Tiger that you will face, and it will also have the heavier armor, so it's a much more relevant guide, because if you can shoot through this, you can shoot through the Tiger P. You will want to hit the cupola on the turret, the hull and turret sides. And just a quick note, if you can shoot through the cupola, more likely than not, you will be able to shoot through the turret face. Oftentimes, however, I mean, this is such a huge tank, such a high tank, that if this is behind cover, sometimes the cupola will be visible, and that is an excellent shot to shoot through. However, you will need to shoot through the very bottom portion of it. That way it can kind of catch on the back of here and kind of blow up inside the turret. If you shoot above the very bottom of it, it risks the chance of ricocheting or just kind of cutting through it and doing no damage at all. If it does minimal damage, it will just, again, do very, very light damage to the inside of the tank. You do want to shoot, again, on the sides here and here as well. Very easy shots, very weak armor. More importantly, there's tons of ammo and also crew. Very important modules, all stuffed kind of right here in the dead center of the tank. Keep that in mind. If you shoot anywhere along this line right here, basically to around just in front of the most rear portion of the turret, you should be able to get an ammo rack, and that's from both sides. It's just a really, really good shot. And will most likely get you a kill. And again, it's penetratable even through an M4 a regular M4 with a 75 millimeter gun. If for whatever reason you're not able to shoot through those things, let's say if you have a Locust and you're looking for some sort of an easier shot, it will be a little bit easier just to shoot through the turret drive right here. If you really can't shoot through anything, theoretically you can shoot through that and destroy crew members like that, but more likely than not, again, right here, and I'll go over priorities, exactly where to shoot. And you can also shoot right through the turret or the machine gun port in the front. However, that is such an extremely small shot, an extremely difficult shot to make. It's only a few pixels wide in game, and because it is such a difficult shot, I would recommend never doing it unless you have to or you're in such close range that it is a possible shot and you kind of want to rub it in someone's face. So, and the other shot that you do want to take, and this is the same for both Tigers, is to the right of the gun on the Tiger 2H. The gun is centered if you're facing the tank on the left of the turret, but if you are on the Tiger, it's on the right side of the turret face. And it just provides a larger spot to shoot. Plus, there are 2 crew members right behind it, so you will get more damage on the inside, and you will also have a good chance of destroying the third one. On the left side here, it's not as easy of a shot. There's less to kind of damage, plus the gun mantlet is a little bit larger on the left side, so it's just a much easier shot to shoot right here. And also on the Tiger 2P, as I mentioned before, if you can shoot through the 2H, you can shoot through the 2P. You will be able to just kind of shoot through this with most tanks that really sit above 4.3 BR and above, including a T-34-57. So that being said, insofar as priority shots are concerned, your number one priority shot that you will want to make on any King Tiger will be on the side here above the tracks for an ammo rack. This will be a kill with almost any tank if you shoot it with explosive ammunition. Not high explosive, but rather APCBC, so it can actually get in and then explode on the inside. The number 2 shot for your priority will be a side turret shot for a possible ammo rack. For whatever reason you can't hit it here in the back, you can always shoot right here, get a lot of crew members, destroy the gun, destroy the cannon breech, whatever. I've not had as much luck destroying the ammo rack in the tank, in the turret itself, but you may, for whatever reason, have better luck than me. Another great shot, this is your number 3 shot that you may want to hit, is the turret cupola. As I mentioned before, King Tigers, they kind of hide a lot, and oftentimes this might be the only thing that's exposed, so you will want to shoot this when the opportunity presents itself. Sometimes it is a weaker target, as you can see here. It's 174 millimeters versus 187, give or take. So there is a small chance that you can only penetrate this and not penetrate that. If that's the case, this is definitely the shot you will want to take. Additionally, your 4th priority shot, and this will be more likely than not your most common shot, if this isn't your side shot, will be the right of the gun on the turret face. Now this will depend on the KT variant, but just so long as you have proper penetration, you will cause massive damage to the tank. Remember, especially always try to shoot to the right of it, because you will more likely destroy 2 crew members. As you can see there, you'll likely destroy the 3rd regardless, but it's just much larger of an area to shoot through, and you will have just a much easier time doing so. Your number 5 shot, and this would be higher ranked if it wasn't for the positioning, the rear of the turret. This is a difficult shot to hit, not because it's particularly in a weird spot on the tank. It's just because more likely than not you will see a King Tiger from the side or the front. Rarely will you be able to flank it to get to the rear of the King Tiger, but if you do, it's an excellent shot. You can ammo rack it and also destroy at least 2 or 3 crew members. Try to shoot on a downward projecting angle, but it doesn't really necessarily matter. Your better shots will be on the left or the right side of the hatch, just being that that's where the ammo is, and again, you will have a much higher chance of ammo racking it. On the number 6 priority shot, so this is your, if you can't hit those other previous shots that I mentioned, will be the King Tiger's tank or the engine deck for possible internal damaging of the vehicle or disabling of it. If you hit it with explosive ammunition, this should destroy the engine, plus also set on fire, which will be an incredible thing to do against a Tiger tank. Number 7, and this would be higher up if it wasn't for these being here, the ammo racks, would be where the road wheels are. So this is something a lot of people don't really realize, But as you could see, just a single test shot could just go right in here and wreck the inside of the tank. It's just absolute domination. The only issue with it, though, is that, it's not... You probably won't destroy ammo when piercing through this, so it's not going to be nearly as good of a shot as if you kind of just shot through the side here and did that. Plus, you have road wheels kind of obscuring it, and oftentimes, if you can shoot the bottom of the hull through the road wheels, then you will be able to shoot the hull itself, more likely than not. Your number 8 shot, in terms of importance, priority, is the machine gun port. This is a really fun shot to make, although it's extremely unlikely and can have mixed results, as you saw there. Even if you shoot the side of it, there's a chance that the dispersion on the inside will be limited. Plus, there are very high incidents, very likely shots that you can make elsewhere on the tank that cause similar or even greater damage. Unless you're in really close range with this tank against the King Tiger, or you cannot penetrate literally anywhere else and this is your last chance shot, try not to make this shot. It's just not going to be easy, especially from a range. And your number 9 priority shot, and your probably your worst priority shot, is to shoot the lower glacis. The reason being is because it's just got such ridiculously heavy armor that even if you do manage to shoot through it, there is a good chance that you won't really be able to do much with it because the transmission will absorb such a large portion of the explosion or of the ammo. So as you can see there, yeah, it destroys part of the crew, but that's only, again, if I can do that. And typically, if you can shoot through the lower glacis, that means that the tank or the tank driver is really just in distress, and you should be able to get a better shot elsewhere. So that being said, the Tiger II P variant is much easier to shoot through, and again, I'll just kind of reiterate this. It can be shot through with the USSR's rank 3 variant of the T-34-57. Almost really at 1,000 plus meters, you can shoot through the turret face very easily with just this 4.3 tank. 1,100 meters. Probably upwards of around 1,500 meters is a relatively easy shot to just kind of go right through it. And it's just of tantamount importance if you are using the Tiger II-P, protect your turret at all costs. So that leads me to tactics with and against these tanks. Again, if you're in the Tiger II-P, which is one of your least common variants that you'll see, protect the turret at all costs. If you are facing the Tiger II-P, feel free to shoot the turret wherever you want. Again, you're going to want to shoot on the right side of the turret. There are 2 crew members there versus 2 on the left, versus just 1 on the left. And if you have a lower caliber ammo, chances are you will not have an explosive filler to properly destroy the guy on the left. Or if you just shoot on the right or the left side to start, then you won't have enough to destroy the 2 guys on the right. So just keep that in mind. And these are not especially good traversing tanks, nor do they have great turret traverse. So you will want to, again, just try to flank them on the right there. If you have a long-range shot, again, always try to shoot for the turret face. But if you do not, flank them, and you should be able to destroy them from the side. These tanks are most deadly when they are looking at you, so just stay to the sides where they cannot shoot you. If you need to, shoot the turret traverse, shoot the treads, and you should be able to do it. Now with the Tiger II-H, it's pretty much the same, except there is a little bit higher of an armor profile here. Again, if you do see it, just shoot it in the turret face. By the time you see Tiger II-H's, you should have pretty much ammo strong enough to pierce through this, but if not, again, go to the sides, flank it, and destroy it. That being said, insofar as the ammo types are concerned, these are in no particular order. The best ones to use against the Tigers are the Tiger IIs, the Heat FS and Heat rounds, APF SDS, APCBC, preferably with explosives, and if necessary, AP ammo. If you have it, APF SDS is the absolute king against all World War II heavy tanks, but more likely than not, you will have APCBC ammo or even possibly Heat FS. Both ammo types work well against these tanks, but if you have a side shot, absolutely always use the APCBC ammo, just because the shot dispersion, once you fire Heat FS into this, is not going to be that good. There's not really a ton of Heat FS rounds below 6.7. If you get up tiered, you're more likely to face them, and by that count, you're much more likely to die. The USSR has a really low level heat round at 5.3 with the PT-76, and as you can see here, it hardly really does all that much damage. But if you equip I'll just kind of use an example here, maybe not an IS-2 because that's filled, but a KD 3485. That's something that you actually are pretty likely to face as a King Tiger. You shoot this, not only do you blow up the ammo, but you destroy a large part of the crew. It's just much, much deadlier to shoot through with the APCBC ammo. So just keep that in mind. So you're going to want to aim for the right front of the turret. Again, this really depends on the type of ammo you have. The T-3485 is not going to get the job done for the most part, but if you have, let's say, an IS-2, you should be able to penetrate through it at a close enough range, and you will destroy a large portion of the crew. But if nothing else, never use APCR ammo because they are not good against really just decent armor in terms of sloping, and they are infamous for ricocheting. So just really keep that in mind. So if you have something that's terrible against angles, do not use it against the hull especially. But if you have APC or APF SDS ammo, then definitely always use that against it. So best APF SDS ammo, worst you have APCR. Either way, this is Tankenstein. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Let me know what you guys think. I hope I went over everything with this. With these tanks, kind of showed you the ins, the outs, and how to defeat these tanks. Remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. But either way, I'm not saying goodnight, just saying, hope you guys have a great night, great day, great whatever it is you're doing. And I will see you all on the other side. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and take care.